I don't believe this. Here we are, 3 years later. 21 Pilots are back with Scaled and Icy. I think the thing that threw everybody off with this is that it doesn't continue the story that Blurryface and Trench had to offer. This is kind of more like a happy, upbeat album than what those other two, at least the story, was supposed to be. If there's even a story attached to this, it just kind of seems like a random mishmash of songs here. So, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. But this was disappointing. I don't know. I mean, for what it's worth, Good Day was nice. Shy Away, I do remember talking about that. That was one of my favorite. The Outside really did its thing in Mulberry Street. Just so catchy. I found those to be like the highlights of the record. Some songs I found okay. Saturday. It has moments, I think mainly the chorus, but for the most part it's not very, not the best single from them. And then Formidable and Bounce Man. Bounce Man again, I don't really like the chorus that much, but it does enough. And then the rest of the songs, Choker, Never Take It, No Chances, and Redecorate, they just don't have what a 21 Pilots song should have, leaving me just bored overall. One thing I will say about this record is I do kind of like the 80s synth pop aesthetic that they have going on here. It definitely does bring some of the tracks up, but for the most part, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I really don't know how to explain it. I was just sitting there going, a 21 Pilots album shouldn't be this up and down, shouldn't be this boring. I mean, their first 5 records at least give you something and at least give you a passable album. But this one was like, you'd get hyped and then you would go back down to earth. You'd get hyped and go back down to earth. Just constantly all over the place, and for the most part, just not memorable. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to look back at this 21 Pilots album and be like, I remember that song, because this one has very weak deep cuts, or at least so far. There's only, 2 singles out right now for it overall, so we'll see which other songs get made singles, but yeah, when it comes to deep cuts, this isn't going to be one of their albums that I remember these songs off of. It's just kind of, they fell flat. That's all I gotta say. I understand in quarantine they wrote different types of songs and didn't want to continue that story yet, even though it seems like they might go back to it later down the line. But this was just average at best, and that's not what you want from 21 Pilots at all. So yeah, it's got to be a 5 out of 10. This is basically how I felt listening to the Day to Remember record. 21 Pilots and the Day to Remember have disappointed me so much that they are in the running for Worst Album of the Year. Why? Because I'm saving that for the most disappointing album, and it really sucks to say that 21 Pilots have made the list of potentially being that, but again, take that with a grain of salt, because there could be something that comes up that's more disappointing that could, take a Day to Remember a 21 Pilots spot, but we will see here. I would love to hear what you think about this album in the comments below. Is it your favorite 21 Pilots record, your least favorite? Is it even going to be remembered down the line as a masterpiece, say 5, 10, even 2 years later? Are we going to remember this thing came out? For me, probably not, but that's it. It's here, it's out, and I guess I can't complain much more. So just stay safe out there, wear your mask, and until then, I will catch you all in the next one.